Oh, no, so now
We're here.
outstanding. Well, I'm glad that we are here. And hello and welcome to
None of
the
it worked.
rare Peak D&D live stream. Did you say it didn't work? I'm confused. Are we what are we doing here?
We're live. None
Oh,
of what
cool.
I
All right,
wanted to
great.
do
Everything
worked,
worked.
but it's fine.
So we've got Tony on tech. Like I said, this is rare. We don't do this very often.
Whoops.
So Tony's on tech, and Will is gonna man the comment feed if anybody shows up and has questions. Ben gets this week off. He's just gonna sit around and look pretty. And I'm gonna orchestrate and conduct conversations for this our live stream. We just figured not something we do very often, but it's kind of nice to give everybody a week off, right? Like we all have our own little bits and pieces that we do for this project, and so it's nice to get a little time off every once in a while. And this is kind of a way that's like a half week for us all to come do. And so, Peak D&D live stream. Let's do it, y'all. How y'all feeling today? How's everyone doing?
Doing great.
Oh yeah, man. I'm excited to be here. I love getting together with you guys, even if it is virtually.
I want to play. Can we all just meet in the studio in a few minutes and just play?
I mean, easy enough for you, me, and Ben. Tony might have a problem with that.
I
Oh,
can be there in an hour.
Tony's down in
Yeah, maybe
the front range.
maybe 2 hours.
pending the traffics.
Scaling
No, it's true.
rocks. Yeah.
Scaling
It's
rocks
true,
and-
like-
yeah.
Tony is without a doubt the MVP of this entire project. And that's not taking anything away from you, Ben. Like, Lord knows if you didn't do what you're doing, then we couldn't do this either. But between like the commuting and drive that Tony does and the fact that he edits, I mean,
Oh yeah.
Those two
Hands
things.
down.
Well, thanks, guys.
Tony does all the editing. Will does the editing for the socials
true,
based on
True.
Tony's editing.
true.
And if you interact with us at all on social media, it's
It's Will.
entirely Will. Except for the
and I'm the
comments.
most
We're all
antisocial person
in the,
of all of us.
Yeah.
That's why it
But
works
that's
so
why
well.
you have an internet persona. And except for the comments, that is really us in the YouTube video comments. We all get in on that.
It's true.
Yeah.
Max is Peak D&D.
Yeah,
as
you
far as,
guys-
like answering.
Yeah. If
Max
it comes
is
from
primarily
D&D,
on YouTube. Will is primarily on the socials. Me and Ben get in where we fit in every once in a while when we think about it.
Yeah. But y'all do all that heavy lifting other places as well. So it's all fine and good. So it's what teamwork's all about.
It's true. I've been trying to keep up. I've been trying to update the World Anvil wiki about the
Yeah.
world and stuff. So that's been some forthcoming efforts that I have not kept updated. Max gets the MVP award for that, for keeping the
Agreed.
session updates up to date.
Well, thank you. No, it's good. I just was doing next week's episode, which is very, very talky. But I was proud of myself. Like, I do a pretty good job of like getting all of that information in there. And so like, because there are, the game moves fast and we kind of, at least I can easily lose track of what all gets said, what all you say, Ben. But like, you
Yeah.
will drop some hints and some nuggets in various episodes. And it's a good place to go back and reread. Not that I do, but if anybody misses a week, like who's trying to watch and keep up with us, those World Anvils, like they're all between maybe like 1,000 and 2,000 words. So like maybe like 10,
A short essay, an editorial.
10-ish.
And they're
It's like a
actually
chapter.
coherent.
It's like a book.
And they're actually
Minutes.
a coherent way of following along with the campaign, unlike our minute-long recaps.
I
100%.
I've actually field tested our one minute recaps with a couple people, and they were like, "Yeah, we can follow it. Like, I know what's going on now."
Okay, that's good to hear, because that'll lead to something I do want to try here in a minute or two. But no, that world, yeah. So like there are 1,000 words thereabouts for each of our sessions that we've done, and like mostly dialogue and mostly like those sorts of story details. I don't spend a lot of time painting pictures and using a lot of words to set the scenes. But if you miss a week or you're curious, you can like real easily in 7 minutes, 10 minutes, like go through and be able to catch up.
Yeah, man. If you're a
Um,
reader, just go onto the World Anvil and just read about all of our adventures. And then if you're a listener, whether you have pay for YouTube or not, but we're also on on podcasts that Will has put us on.
We're on
too,
Spotify. We're on Apple Music. We're on Amazon Music. We're on everywhere. We're on Podbean.
We're on everything. I'm on
We're
everything.
on everything.
I'm
What
on
the heck
everything.
What the heck is Podbean?
Podbean is
Podbean?
actually where we distribute, but
Okay.
and then it goes
Good to
out to
know.
everywhere else. It's the cheapest, most effective way to bulk upload when you're halfway through.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you've got
When
you've
you
got
do this
50
halfway through the
hours of
campaign.
content.
So
Yeah.
also a podcast. I think you would be, I don't know, maybe not. I would wonder if you miss anything from not seeing the video, like, because sometimes I
Oh.
try to be like, oh, you're over here, like give non-visual direction of what's happening sometimes. I'm not consistent about it. I know that. But knowing in the back of my mind that it is an auditory experience as well, I'm like, oh, maybe we should do a little more like clarifying.
No, I mean, you probably get like at least you get 90% of it. You know, there's some
think
that's left
so.
out, and all of Tony's amazing like sidebar notes for people that are interested in the mechanics of you
Trying to
know
throw that
out there.
DC20 and things like that. All the typing and stuff that Tony does on the episodes is lost to all our audio viewers. But people who are just trying to fall asleep, like me, listening to TTRPG podcasts, it's been great to have us on the audio thing.
I do think we do a
Fantastic.
pretty good job though. While we're
D&D,
playing.
if you want to fall asleep,
You want to
listen-
fall asleep?
Yeah. We will
Ben's
bore you to
exposition.
sleep.
yeah, baby.
Hey,
was
a
all
listen,
just
hey, a
talking.
listen is a
Perfectly
listen,
clear.
man.
Breakneck
Don't
speed.
discount the opportunity for TTRPG sleeping things. People will fall asleep and they will listen to 8 hours plus of our content before they wake back
I'm
up.
saying.
That is money.
Is it, Will? Is it?
Yeah,
Where
it's-
is
it's-
where
We're
is
rich.
Yes,
I mean,
it's
where
like
is all
26 cents, man.
money?
They're internet dollars, Max. They're internet.
Oh, my bad. I should have.
Well,
I
we're
should have
not
known.
capitalizing.
And we have to
on
send them
this
into
on
the internet
sleep
to get the
podcast.
dollars.
I
We need
Really-
we have to get enough box tops to send in for the internet dollars.
Yeah.
now I just hope there's like 7 people out there who have dreams about the Vortorum and like Inara and Cro-Magnoranth and Gus.
Yeah.
I just,
Yeah.
I just picture somebody waking up from a night terror, just being like, "Cro-Magnoranth!"
No.
The timelines.
Wait, was that dream real, or is that a
My
different
girls.
timeline? Crap, I don't know.
There are some good moments, timeline-ish moments in next week's episode.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
That is very true.
Oh,
Mhm.
To be honest, I am just as surprised at what gets said when I rewatch the show too. I'm like, whoa, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I
So-
write down notes, but a lot of them are just like, it's been too long to like reincorporate that.
I mean,
You
that's
know, I feel like.
right?
that's the biggest. I think that's the hardest thing for us as a group is like when we take a week off of filming, like we have to revisit what we just learned. Like, and there's been a couple times this year that's been like a month, a couple times I think. So when we have to
What-
get back after a month and relearn where we're at,
Yeah.
it takes us a
Well,
minute.
and also like we can't just like go back and rewatch episodes because we're ahead of
Also
where
that.
we release, and so
Yeah.
I mean,
It is
we
on the
can,
drive,
but
and
it's not nearly
sometimes
as
I will-
simple.
Yeah, it's on
I'll
our
go to the
shared
drive too. I'll go to the drive
We
too
download-
sometimes.
Sometimes I'll watch like the end of it just to see like, okay, where exactly did I leave off?
Yeah, like
But
the last 20 minutes. Or
that
so.
is,
Yeah.
yeah, that's usually like, I don't know. I'll watch sort of where the cliffhanger is and know where to pick up because I'm like, if I was watching this in sequence, like,
Yeah.
you know,
You want it to be-
mostly it would.
Mhm.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
recaps are actually very helpful. I will say, like, I know we were talking about that a little earlier, but I will sometimes just skip to the recap of the episode rather than rewatch the episode and be like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
that sort of jogs my memory.
well, and that's
I'm a lot
like,
more intimately acquainted with it than you guys, than
Also
anybody.
true.
But
right, and then like we would be on that next tier in theory. So then like just
Mhm.
having that little reminder should be enough. So then that's kind of one thing
and then it's
that
Travis
I
Actual and
Yeah.
and then Grand Old Dwarf. We can
The
name
lore
them all.
keepers. The lore keepers.
The lore keepers. We
that
gotta
so
get
like
access to the wiki.
one thing I wanted to maybe try and do on this live stream, and I don't know, I think we could maybe use it and turn it into something was like, do you think that we could execute a 3-minute recap or less of the entirety of the campaign thus far?
Ooh.
As a group? As a group?
Maybe. I mean, I feel like it would almost have to, it would be too cluttered.
Yeah.
If we all try to do like Ryan, we all try to do it.
Everyone start at the same time. Ready, go.
Yeah. All right. So
we're on a boat.
But
Everyone's dead.
I thought that would be kind of a fun thing to try to do. And so then
Yeah.
like, yeah, maybe somebody gets 2 minutes or 3 minutes, and then the rest of us can like chime in. Maybe we turn it into like a 4-minute video or something along those lines. But again, like I
honestly kind of like the minute videos. I like the way we do them. The whole point of them is do it in a minute. So it's like we have that sense of like
urgency
and trying to get it out, and creates a lot of funny content, especially on Will's part. And we like to utilize that as much as possible. But for what you're talking about, I think maybe a more polished, like written form of like saying that might actually do better than trying to just do it from memory.
Oh, totally.
Like in
But
a
it would be
content
fun.
way
But it
too.
would be
Like,
fun to do it.
I don't know if it would be as funny as the 1-minute ones if we just tried to do it, if that makes sense.
I am still jonesing to do like a Dragon Ball abridged thing for I don't know, maybe for where we are in the story so far, like just a bunch, even if it's just one little, I want it to be kind of animated but like kind of crappy, and like I don't know, I liked doing the one thing with the Hero Forge dudes. That was kind of fun.
Like,
Potato?
These are all wonderful ideas, but unfortunately, like there are a handful of things that we have done in the previous that we have filmed that have never seen the light of day. And so my fear is that like we will paralyze ourselves until it's perfect, right? And so in the interest of just being able to do it, that is where my bias for action comes in.
Well, I mean, this would be a great place to test it, and then if we wanted to adapt it based on whatever comes out of our mouths.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
in
do
this,
it.
in this sort of format.
Oh, we're doing it
All right,
now?
I need
okay.
it.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
I thought so.
I mean, that was my thought for at least.
Should I try, or do you guys want to
for an
try?
hour? Let's like you know, it was something to do.
I'm happy to try.
I wonder if I can do cool things with the timer.
Oh,
I don't know if I can't see it.
I
'Cause I'm not
can't see
watching
it
the
either.
stream.
Even
I would
could do it in
I would
post.
put it on the stream. So if you had the
Yeah, yeah.
stream up at all, you'd be able to see it. But then that's also a couple seconds behind. But at least for I can just tell you guys where it's at. I don't know if
Okay.
that's cool or not. Do we want to do that?
maybe. I mean, you can also just lie to us, Tony, and we'll be like, "Oh, dude, awesome, you did it."
Okay.
I can like hold a timer too.
No, that's not fun.
I'll just hold my phone timer up, like, okay, you can see.
That's how
us.
we do the minute timers.
I know you hear the beeps at the end of all of ours, like every single time on it. Can't
I
get
try
rid
to
of
turn
those.
it off beforehand.
I don't, but that's okay.
Okay, so if we're gonna do this, so what's the plan? Oh,
Not Ben.
Ben, apparently.
No, he gone.
Now that he's gone, let's do this.
Yeah.
Now that he's
Without him.
gone, let's do this.
I don't know, Will, do you want to see? Because that was my like, you know, give it 3 minutes and then maybe like we could fill in some gaps, or 2 minutes. I don't know. 1 minute doesn't seem.
No way. No way.
Try to think right now. 3 minutes would be 20 episodes a minute, on average. Like if you were to
Well,
move along correctly, like
No, that's good framework though.
That's
In
what
a
I mean,
minute,
just a
we need to
framing.
get to timeline. We need to get to the end of the first arc, which is
was
the
that
brothers are fake. The brothers
you-
are fake.
do you actually have a sense of like?
No, I
have
just
no
remember 22 is 22's right place, right, wrong time, I think.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And then
Okay.
what's like 40 is like
Did we time jump from there?
yeah, right. Yeah.
Right from there, right? When we left with your mom. That's
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
we-
Yeah.
That's the first portal we went through. That was it, right?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. Okay.
Well, it was this technically the second portal because we were all scared. We got through the first portal, ended up on the beach, and then we were kind of afraid to go back into another portal. And so there was a few shenanigans there of just us like not being interested or a little scared to go back in while she was she didn't really prep us with too much info.
I mean, she told us not to say anything.
Right.
So no amount of info she would have given us would have mattered because the little info she did, we didn't listen to. So like
I do it all the
was that-
same.
was that
again.
like the
I would
next
just
day
say better
kind of
words
thing?
this time.
Like we got to the camp, we spent the night, then we time hopped again.
No, it was like right after
right after
the UN summit.
That's kind of okay. That's right. Kind of what I remember.
I call it the
making
sermon
sure.
on the point.
So then,
Okay.
so then we went through timeline B,
I like that.
right? So then we went through timeline B, and then we got
Yeah.
back.
That's like gets us like episode 30.
And
Who-
I feel like episode 40 is another fight with Kermangaran.
It could be like finishing up all the Saralan stuff. I mean, that would be an interesting way to do it. Just like 20 episodes, a minute to get to Inara, a minute with like Sarala, and a minute to like get us up.
dad
So,
problem. Yeah,
oh yeah, and like
that's
Nesh
how I framed the
tells
last
Saran.
third. The last third of our is like Robbie's daddy issues.
Sure. Which is ironic because but I
They were
appreciate
very
the
important.
misdirection.
I can
Yeah.
cheat. I can cheat because I have all
Cool.
the
Will, you
thumbnails
always
here.
cheat every single time we played this game.
Yeah, what else is new?
Episode 40 does get us to daddy issues. Cats in the Cradle is episode 40.
Oh, is that when he's riding the bike on the boat and they're teaching things? Aw,
Yeah.
so cute. All right, so who wants to
That's
do
the
it?
end episode.
It sounded like Ben or Will, like you two were the most interested.
Yeah. Well, I'm just, I don't think I'll
Will's-
do a good
Will's
job.
summaries are my favorite, so I think Will should do it. Your call ends in 15 minutes, guys.
Okay, I'll do it within 15 minutes.
Oh, Jesus. Why?
Who's not logged
wonder-
in is us.
I bet it's Ben. Ben,
Ben, are you logged in
maybe it's
at
because I logged.
PeakD&D.com?
No, yeah, I think so.
Maybe it's because I logged in earlier as not me.
And it's a group call? That's so funny.
Oh wait, actually, hold on. I might be able to fix this too.
Okay.
Oh gosh,
We'll see.
sorry everybody.
It's me.
You're cool, man.
It's
It's
me,
all right.
baby.
I
There was a
won't
blip.
cheat.
There was a
I
blip.
did look, but I put it away.
Oh, you could cheat, man. I mean,
You're allowed to have one page of notes. I was told.
Yeah. So
Oh.
write small. But
It's like
also, like,
one index card.
if we were gonna do this scripted, then like obviously whoever would be cheating as well. But
Actually,
we're cool.
Max, it might be you, and that would.
I mean,
be
I
on
logged-
my end. That would be on my fault. What's happening?
Did you invite RM Sirac, your Gmail? Sorry.
It's possible I did. But then I have to see. that.
no, I signed in through PeakD&D.
Yeah, it's Max.
Oh, that's
No,
fascinating.
no. You did. Yeah, I sent it to the right person. I don't know what's going on.
I bet it was first login from me. Let's spend the
I don't know.
rest of the 15 minutes trying to figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. Riveting content again. What people are
Your
here for.
call ends.
Uh,
Well, that's cool. I don't know how to undo that.
yeah. Well, maybe it's just a half-hour stream, and that's just what we're doing. But we
All
got
right, Will.
bring us on home, baby. Did somebody have Tony? You have the timer up?
I have a timer up. Yeah,
Great, awesome.
I'm also trying to do. Yeah.
Previously on Peak D&D, the story thus far through 62 episodes. The story starts
61.
with Orin running away from the city guard from something because there is a tick. I'm doing horrible already. I don't know where to start.
The
Okay,
beginning.
guys. Previously on Peak D&D, the elves have returned, and they want to bring a group of people of you. To the
Off to a great
Elfland,
start.
to the Elfland. So there's some tickets aboard ships, so we can witness the new coronation of the new Oracle and the return of the elves. So we have Orin, who faked his way onto the ship with a ticket. We have Julius, who is going to preach the good word of Vortor on the new elf island. And we have Ravi Atmar, who has some like blood past, who is able who gets a ticket because he's rich. And because there are some prophecies about his bloodline. On the ships, they get attacked. And so there's no way I can do this, guys.
No way, dude. You're like a minute and you haven't got past the second episode.
I think you're on episode 2.
What happened to 20 episodes in 1 minute, homie?
This is great. I don't know how Coach.
We barely got to
Inara. Alan's like, hey guys, I gotta bust out this quick YouTube video, so I'm just gonna turn off all the chat stuff, and then he like just improvs for 20 minutes about whatever the topic is.
Dude,
previously on PeakD&D,
we're starting
60
again.
episodes in, 3 kids get on a ship to the elf land. The Shadow King has a presence. I don't know how to do this, guys.
You're cool. Ben, do you want to take a stab at it?
I'll give it a shot, man. Why not? I love it. All right, here we go. Welcome to PeakD&D. This is the story thus far of Return to Argelia, our DC 20 campaign. Our 3 main characters are Julius Walla, and he is a scion and a man of the faith, the Church of Vortor, the main religion, and the Vortorian Empire, where we set the beginning of our story. It's in a world called Argelia, 20 different lands, 20 different old gods, all named after the same place. But now those have sort of fallen out of favor, and Julius is a preacher, a missionary for Vortor. He is joined in the town of Jorva, which is in Zarian, a big port city, by our other characters, Oren Orenson, freshly arrived from Para, kind of the Midwest breadbasket place in the world, as a local town's guardsman who has fled his post, and unbeknownst to his now sworn ward, Mr. Ravi Atmar, a rich boy and wizard prodigy with a sword. He's been assigned to be his bodyguard because the elves have returned to the land of Argelia, and they're inviting a contingency across the ocean through a great storm that is a 100-year storm called the Storm Wall, to witness the coronation of the Inaran Oracle.
So it's been 90 seconds, and we haven't even gotten to the first
Yeah.
episode.
But now
I'm
you can just go boom,
setting
now
the
you can just go
scene,
boom,
man.
boom, 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 boom.
I got to
Now we can just
introduce
boom.
everybody.
Yeah.
Now we're just
I'm
bumping along.
I'm with you, Ben.
You back the fuck off.
It's 60 episodes in 3 minutes, and
No,
Will
we
and
can
Ben
just
can't
boom,
get through
boom,
the
boom
first
now.
episode.
No, you need to intro it.
So the contingency of ships is attacked. Our heroes escape with the Oracle through a little teleportation disc that she gave him in case of an emergency. Turns out it was rigged. They have to go rescue her. They wake up on the shores of Inara. They make their way through to the sunken library of Delos. They rescue the Oracle. They go on a journey to bring her back to Gold Point, the capital. They make a stop in Bronze Gate, become Olympian heroes, like Olympics heroes, not Olympian, and they win the war games in Bronze Gate. Then they take an airship over to Gold Point. They get Inara, whose brother is sort of de facto leader and turns out not a great guy, and Oren's best friend. And they kill him. And then they convince the elven entities to sort of join in this fight against the Shadow King, who's been sort of orchestrating this whole thing from behind the scenes throughout all of Argelia. They then jump into a little time portal thing. They have to do something that Julius's mom turns out knows a lot about, like time travel and stuff. They have to save themselves, but inadvertently create an alternate timeline in which nothing bad happens. And they fight they have to get back to a time dragon, Cromangranth, who shows them how to reset the timeline. They have varying memories of all that stuff that happened. There was some bad stuff. People turned on other people. Some people died, came back, and then they reset the timeline. They're back here in the normal timeline. They then are looking for Ravi's dad, and because they are the elven the town Moonstone that was being attacked is now disappeared in the timeline. It's in the Feywild. It's in the Fey realm, and so then they find this crew that happens to have somebody that worked for Ravi's real dad back in Jorva, and turns out he was actually Ravi's dad. They think it was. Turns out that wasn't entirely true. They find that out later, and then so they chase him on this wild goose chase into this fire giant fortress. He's been taken hostage by fire giants in Rowana, and they try to rescue him. There's a whole train episode where there's a train heist. It's bonkers. And then they get back they steal a fire giant ship. They get back to they arrive in Jastian because they're looking for Cecil, who supposedly knows a lot about the old gods and who the Vortorum were, which turns out they're great heroes that come at time of need. And these three are three of the five Vortorum. They go to Jastian, and then they find the Casterlo, the beaver people, and they take them on the trail, but they go to a place called Deep Tree, which is this giant tree that goes deep into the world, and they find the Nether realm, basically the Underdark place where they find signs that Cecil was there. They meet Gus the Goblin. They go to Neshtal Zaran, the capital city of the Underdark. They're basically like political prisoners at that point. They get framed for murder. They escape thanks to Stogie, the harbor master on the Astral Sea. They end up to stop this big ceremony that will basically open the gates to the realm to all the other gods. They have a choice to make, and they choose to kind of open the floodgates completely and let chaos and everything in. And then they are now the gods have returned, and so they spend some time in Jastian with Jastian himself, the newly returned god. And then they go to the capital city of Jaro, and I'm out of time.
Oh, you're well out of time, but that's actually, we haven't even released those episodes yet. I was just up to like 62.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was like 6.5 minutes.
Nice.
6.5 minutes
After the intro, I think we do need
we started
the intro.
like the timer I had started like I'm just looking at the timer that was still there, 38:30ish, and now we're at 32:10. So 6-7 minutes.
After the intro, we just need to we didn't start the fire this. So it's like you introduce all the things, and then you say like sunken library, fake brother,
I don't know,
idiot assistant, fighting a log.
Who's okay?
Thief in a maze, capture the flag,
I didn't talk about
Kraken Fest, Brothers of Fake, break the timeline.
Are you just looking at the thumbnails?
Yeah, well, now I am.
Sure.
But you can do it like that too. Break
cool.
the timeline, Beaver people, guys. Come on.
For improving it, I thought it was pretty coherent.
Ben, you were very coherent. I could not.
What's you got going?
I've done it in a half
After
hour.
the first 90 seconds of introducing the story again.
Yeah.
Then it was
But
like,
how
and then you got on the roll, and then you did the talking points.
3 young chaps take a ship to the Elfland, and right? That's how you do it, right?
Sure.
That's how you do that 90 seconds.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
correct.
Our heroes, Ravi Atmar, Orin Orenson, and Julius Walla, are chosen to be on the ship over to Anara, the Elfland. And then the Swahagan attack, and they find themselves on the edge of the.
You're
There's no
doing
way you're gonna do
Avatar.
that in less than
That's
8
when-
minutes. No way. Not at that pace.
But that
You're
was
doing
90
the
seconds right
Avatar
there.
intro.
That's all you needed right
that
there.
was 90 seconds.
No, he's saying he saved you 90 seconds.
No, I turned 90 into 15 seconds just by doing that.
I'm just saying, I think you need to set the scene.
I
It's a
know. So
homebrew
that's my
world.
point. Where if we wanted to do it in 3 to 5 minutes, we should write it.
Sure, yeah.
Because I think you could write 700 words.
We could
That
cut
are-
down
that
what
are
I
both,
just said.
The Empire lived in harmony until the Swahagan attacked.
Pretty much.
Sure they did.
You
No,
hear
it is
that,
true.
Mr. Frodo. We're going to see
no.
the shelves.
it is true, like, because then, like, how do you give like all the subtext, right? Of just like, okay, what are the Vitora, and like, what are the geopolitical machinations of this world, and like, the Vortorian Empire is a theocracy, and like, so there's like all these things that play into it. But
maybe to your point, maybe it's like 3 5-minute videos, 4 5-minute videos, and it's from each of our perspectives. One from a Ravi perspective, one from Julie's perspective, one from Warren perspective, one from Ben, that gives all the context.
See, yeah. I mean, it's worth a try, right? Or I was even thinking
maybe
like
we piece it together. Like each of us tells it, but then we piece it together with
something like
part of each of us. Like it just thought to thought kind of thing.
What if we paid someone to do it?
What if we got AI to do it?
Oh God, no.
I did.
I
I just said
that happened.
I
Just
said
FYI,
in two sentences, sum up our story so far. And it starts in Larian for some reason. Our heroes set off on a journey that's taken them across collapsing timelines, God-forged relics, and the secrets of their own bloodlines. Now, with divine powers awakening and the Shadow King's influence spreading, the fate of the continent and perhaps reality itself rests in their hands.
With daddy issues.
Oh yeah.
I mean, minus the whole Larian thing, a country we've never even been to.
That's a city.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why.
That's where Oren's from. It's his AI is probably very Oren centric.
Oh, shocking.
So quick thing, we have under a minute, but I did send you guys another Google Meet link. I could keep the stream going myself because I won't.
And whoever's in the top left when we rejoin has to do another intro.
Oh, okay.
I sent you another link, so if you guys want to do that,
we're gonna hang up right now, right?
Up to you guys.
Or we can have it hang up on our own, and I'll
we'll be back.
Be left all by myself. And
we got to have like a technical diffical thes thing pop up or something.
No, it'll just be me. I won't go away. Tony doesn't go away.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Goodbye, everybody.
So
on the count of 3.
Figure it out.
1.
Everyone, you count to 10. I count to 20. You count to 30, and then we come back.
8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0. Oh.
All right. Well, I just put you. Yeah. Okay. No one else is in this meeting. Everyone's gone. And hey, I'm here, so we're gonna get some. Yeah, we're gonna get a new thing going, and we're gonna see how this goes. Bum, ba-da-dum, bum. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Oh, I don't know why it keeps doing that though. I don't know. Oh, Max is first. That's good. Okay.
Hey, welcome to the PeakD&D
No,
Livestream.
you're not on yet. No.
Oh, all right.
Not on yet.
Oh, okay.
It's just me. I'm talking to Max. Max is here. Ben's here. Will's here. So I have to fix Will and Ben. Okay.
I don't need. We don't need fixing.
Yeah,
Mine's got me in the right spot.
Stop yelling at me, guys.
You don't need fixing.
Should I leave and come back?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I mean, I guess you could. I'm still figuring this out. So.
Well, then you wouldn't have to change the screen around, right? Hold on. I'll be right back.
Okay, bye. Oh,
why?
Yes. All right, figured that out. That's good. Oh, you guys can be heard because I have the desktop audio going. So yeah, you guys can be heard. You just can't be seen. So that's fun.
Okay, cool. Well, it's good to be heard.
So I'm not talking to myself.
Welcome to Radio Argelia.
Oh, yeah. Tony has stolen the show.
I have.
Welcome to Radio Argelia, a podcast about the Christian.
Hey, we're back.
All right, strong work, man.
Look at that.
Fly.
I'm leaving again.
Bye, Will.
Why are you leaving?
And we're back. Oh, it's gonna mess up the framing though, because if you leave, then I'll be in the middle again.
Just for fun.
The frame. Hey, that was wild. What a time! What a time that was.
Well, what's weird too is that I just don't understand why when I think it's because I created it over the on the PeakD&D Gmail calendar. So for some reason, it doesn't. I don't know. Oh, and now you guys all switched. What happened? Max is now Ben, and Will is now Max, and Ben is now Will. What's happening?
Wait, who am I? My name's Ben, and I'm
Will.
in charge.
No,
You're me. I'm Ben.
And
I'm
Max.
Will,
and Ben
I'm
is
so
Max.
anxious, and things are really scary.
It's like we
Dude,
time traveled all over again.
Alternate timelines.
And I'm pointing at you because you're friends of mine.
Oh, because you're Will. Yeah. So I love you. I love you.
I love you. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, whoops. No, Ben goes over here. And Max goes over here. And we transition.
We should have just cut it. We should have just cut it at the half hour, but that's cool. Yeah, I'm fine with doing one from all the characters' perspectives, or even
just an
like
idea to riff off of your idea.
Oh yeah, like or even just 90 seconds on like the world and the setup and like the given circumstances of Argelia, right? Like I don't know, just thinking of ways to get people who just find us to not have to watch.
No, I agree. I think
that's my biggest barrier to entry with any TTRPG. It's like once they're already like 100 episodes in, I'm like, how am I gonna catch up?
Well, what would you watch that would catch you up? You see what I'm saying? Like, how could you scratch your own itch?
Yeah, you just gotta like. There's some like Critical Role does some like summary kind of things like every once in a while. They do like a little what do they call? I don't remember what it's called. The crit recap or something like that. And they have a whole ass team of people that make those outside of the team of people that produce the show that are on the show. So it's like, well, yeah, of course they have to. And even those are like months delayed with like where they are.
But also the reason to get caught up is because the community is so large and you can participate in the community at large. You know, with us, that's not a problem. That's
niche market.
That's niche not a problem yet. You know, like, well, why do you have to get caught up? You're not missing anything. You know?
Oh, well, I just think that, like, I mean, as much as we've all seen Tarantino movies, I feel like sometimes dropping into the middle of a story is not always the most satisfying for people.
Sure. Although I would argue that you could have a lot of fun dropping into any episode without knowing the larger story. But also, there's no reason to get caught up. Watch episode 0, then watch episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, and then join up whenever you want to join up. But it doesn't really matter because we don't have too big of a community to participate in. That being said, T-Dog has joined us and says he's dropped in occasionally.
Hey.
Oh, what's up, T-Dog?
They have dropped in occasionally.
Sick.
That's great, man.
Love it.
No, because I think it's just like I said, tall order, man. Get somebody to watch. Like here's watch 120 hours of this, and then you'll know what's going on. Like, wow.
We should figure out a way to get our people not to watch the episodes. I think that would be
just reverse psychology. Then
that's the best YouTube strategy. Don't let people watch your videos.
Sure,
we could take them offline.
Just tack on like 3 hours of just black video at the end of each episode. So each episode looks like 4 hours, but
just watch our viewer retention. Just
podcast strategy. That gets into the sleep podcast strategy.
There you go. Yeah, we produce this podcast to help Will sleep. So
that would actually be nice. Let's have an hour of content and then 7 hours of just white noise afterwards. That way, when I wake up, I'm not like 40 episodes further into the story that I didn't hear. It's actually like, okay, cool. No, I am only now on the next episode.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, as a avatar of the goddess of dreams and the moon, I feel like you would be more for this, Max.
Yeah, Max.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
The whole
welcome
sleep
to
aspect
the
so it's 6 to 8 hours.
Lucid dreaming. Sarala is all about some
for
lucid
people to
dreaming.
sleep 6 to 8 hours
with Julius and Sarala.
Mm-hmm.
Would that just be like some ASMR? What would we?
It would be some weird. Yeah, it would be weird. It would get weird really fast, I think.
Yeah. Doesn't she have like 7 fingers?
No, that was probably AI. That was early AI, maybe.
Yeah, I know. When we were making the gods or what have you.
Oh yeah, the art and stuff.
Yeah.
The picture art, depending on who you ask.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? We like to be controversial. We like to rock that boat.
Sometimes.
I for one.
We do like to rock the boat. We are on ships. 87% of the episodes we are on ships.
Airships, sea ships.
A lot of boats.
I mean, isn't a train just a land ship?
Yeah,
like, it is, because we don't know what a ship is, or we don't know what a train is. We know what
it was. It was a land ship.
It's like just a really long ship.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of ships tied together on a magical railway.
What was the first? What was the first ship that we were on? What was the name of?
Jorva's Revenge, right?
Wasn't?
No.
What was the first?
From the Scale?
No,
that's the ship that you found in Sarala at the
Zarian's Might
village.
The
Zarian's Might was the first ship. and Captain oh god, the feline, the tabaxi woman. I already forgot her name.
Yeah, well, that's fair. It was a long time ago, man.
And then the airship was the second ship, maybe.
The Zephyr.
Yeah.
The bronze.
It's called the Bronze Zephyr. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then
Then it was Jorva's
fire
Revenge.
giant ship.
Big Dad ship.
Oh yeah.
Then you saw the Jorva's tail, and that was
Right.
the one you found. And then you were on
The fire giant ship.
The fire giant
ship that you don't really know the name. It was renamed to Jorva's Revenge.
Jorva's Revenge.
That's right. That's where that came from.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
maybe
we
it
were
did
on
have a
the,
name. I think it did have a name but you guys couldn't read it because it was in Giantish.
And then
That
we
sounds
were
right.
on the Abyssal Skimmer.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
But then we didn't mention the land ship. In between
Just the train,
the train, the crazy train.
the crazy train. Yeah.
And we have some
Land
up, and
ship.
that's the last one. No, and then we were on boat.
Oh yeah, boat.
Barely.
The boat hasn't come out yet. That's
That
No,
hasn't
that's,
come out yet.
that's like 2 weeks away.
yeah, that's not there yet. But God, R.I.P. boat. Boat love.
Everyone will know about that soon.
Everyone will know about boat sooner.
Oh,
enough.
go.
It's not
No.
a spoiler. It's just an Easter egg.
That's funny.
No, but we can do.
And then there's also you guys saw Jastian's ship.
We were
and
on
eventually
it, but we
you
didn't travel on it.
spoilers. Yeah, you
We
get on
did
it.
get on it,
eventually. True.
hmm
and I know that there's a few ships in the potential future.
It's called the the Veil of Tides or something like that. It's the
Oh. Okay.
That sounds good.
it's got a name. I said the name.
Okay.
I mean,
I hope it
I
was
have it
worth
written
it.
down. I know right where it is on my notes, like right over here, and that's why I looked over there for it.
I hope.
I'm not at my screen.
I mean, it cost him his relationship with Narissa. I hope it was worth it.
It sure did. It sure did.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Does
a lot of
Tony know
deep
that
lore there.
lore? Does Tony know? Were you there when we were talking about this, Tony? About how the
Casterlo.
Casterlo
the beaver
came
people
to
were
be.
made.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
why Jastian likes them so much, and he sort of like
Yeah.
it was this whole backstory that I came up with as I was like
It's like
thinking
his
about this
bastard kids.
glowing green wood.
Go for it, man. We got time.
Oh shit! So yeah, Jastian is. I think we're about to meet him and hear a little bit more about him.
Yeah, we're about
He
to
used
get drunk
be-
with Jastian.
Yeah, so that's what comes out next week.
Correct.
And it was the lore from back in the day was that Norisa and who's the goddess of the forest and I think music maybe or flowers mixed in there and I forget
She's
exactly.
not gonna be
Goddess
happy
of
about what,
Coachella.
she's not gonna be happy about what we just did.
Yeah, no, she was Jastian's lover, as gods do, and they had this big relationship and all this. But at one point, Jastian sent his pirates to do what pirates do, and they were to chop down these big trees and like make the biggest. That he commissioned this great ship to be made of these
Veil of
giant
Tides.
ships that we knew about because she had sort of told him about this magical grove that grew these like magical energy trees and stuff. So they cut him down, even though she said, "Don't do that. Don't get into the garden. Don't go there." He was like, "Yeah, pirate's gonna pirate." And then so those men were caught by her and cursed to become Casterlo. They became the beaver people, that crew. And so Jastian sort of saw the error of his ways and he was being a little greedy and a little bit of an asshole. So he sort of took pity on these these creatures, and then he sort of kind of fell in love with them. And Narisa was also like, "Oh my God, they are so cute." And so then they were able to reconcile over the creation of the Casterlo as well.
Oh, are they like back together? I didn't know that.
No, they just are not at
They're cordial.
at war with each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the
Okay.
Casterlo
So
are kind of like the kids caught up in the messy divorce.
Yeah, sort of.
Do
They're
they-
kind of like, yeah.
Do they spend time with their mom at all, or are there any Casterlo on Narissa?
they don't like trees or like animated
that's
trees
true.
because they were like sort of run out on a rail by the living trees that they didn't cut down. So that was
Sure.
sort of part of this sort of like what bred their like hatred for trees and plant people. So they don't
Sure.
they don't necessarily like their mother, I guess. They feel like they were cursed by her.
Got
So.
you.
I
Interesting.
mean, that's not
Yeah.
true.
It's
And
not,
why
not
did you-
true. I mean, it
And
was
why
meant
did you
to be
make
cursed.
gnomes such a underclass in the world of Argelia?
Oh, just like a well, they're very creative and they're very like they're good at machinery and technology and magic. So they're sort of like they end up being kind of the engineers and the and in some cases that's kind of like they get the shitty jobs, you know what I mean? Like they're the ones shoveling coal into a furnace and stuff, like
That actually made too much sense.
I mean there's
I wasn't expecting it as a coherent, solid, reasonable answer.
oh okay, well
Well, there
there's
you go.
there's
I was
very
like,
deep
oh,
there.
that's so okay. That makes sense.
So because
Awesome.
they're good, they are, I would say they are somewhat abused as a people in general. Because they're
well.
small, they're small, they're kind of put upon.
They're
Maybe-
small.
But they're very useful
Is-
that people like them. But they're
Sure.
just
Child labor. So where is
Pretty
there a
much.
gnomish homeland of the countries?
yes, the gnomes are from,
Pull up the map.
oh my gosh, I think it's Hitana. They're from Hitana, I think, originally.
The giant
And-
god has the little people?
Yes, because they were once one people, and there's a whole lore that I won't get into. I mean, I could if you really want to stretch it out. Yeah. So they were like.
Oh no, that's
you ever
not
see that
I
movie?
wasn't giving you stage direction.
Did you guys ever see that movie Twins with Danny DeVito and Arnold
Sure,
Schwarzenegger?
yeah.
No.
Awesome.
It's that.
It's that.
It's that.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. Fascinating. I
Like
appreciate
two sides of the same coin, and there's sort of that's why they kind of hate each other
that.
because they are too closely related, and so they are like they feel that the others are, one is
Yeah.
more favored than
So-
they, but
So Tony, twins, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito are long lost brothers separated at birth. And so
Oh.
obviously one
Twin
got
brothers.
all the good genes and one got all the not
DeVito.
great genes.
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so that's the they were
Is that a gnome?
all one people. Yeah, that is Ben's gnome that
It is
for
Ben's
child
gnome.
labor. Yes, exactly.
yes, sorry,
No,
I can't
don't be.
have an hour to myself.
But
No,
it's
you're cool, man.
possible that big people, big trees is actually a thing in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Oh
why-
yeah, for
Interesting.
sure.
Well, we're getting close on the hour, which is kind of what we slated for, I believe.
True.
So
Resounding
curious-
success. Resounding success.
Nailed it out of the park every time.
whatever.
Perfect.
Well, what were our metrics for success? I mean, there was a lot of
To
laughter.
do this,
We
Yeah.
had some fun. We did it.
What else do
And
you want?
the
else do you
guys
Get-In
want?
giveaway is
P-Dog,
ready to
shut
go,
up.
guys. We're ready to go for the get. So put those comments in the chat, and you could win this giveaway item today.
What? What?
Everyone knows that. I'm just assuming that I'm just going to pretend that everyone knows. There's several hundred people in the chat, and we'll.
there's like
Oh,
$1 million in the chat.
We almost
Giveaway.
did have a giveaway at one point.
For sure.
Okay.
So put the secret
Remember
word in the
before
chat. We'll
Tony,
pick.
before Tony's power went out, I think we were like in the middle of doing a t-shirt.
Oh,
giveaway.
for like a
Vaguely
T-shirt.
remember
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
We'll
I
have to
see
look
your
back at the
Kraken.
footage.
I see your Kraken Fest shirt.
Yeah, I was torn
Oh.
between this or the gang. The gang gets framed.
Sure. I think that so I'm curious real quick, because we are 10 episodes ahead, 8 episodes ahead.
We're now about 10. I think we're
Okay.
just 9. I think.
so
The
without
next is
giving
62.
too much away, I'm curious to hear what y'all are excited to explore in the campaign. Like what exciting next steps.
what's we've filmed but hasn't been released, or just
No.
what we're excited about
Just
in
what's-
general?
Yeah, what we're excited
in
about in
general.
general in our chili. Yeah, like what does Oren think is the coolest part of all of this?
Going
I mean,
home.
Well, no, the opposite.
No.
Oren's in it for the adventure aspect, you know, like
Yeah.
this is the stuff of stories, you know,
He's-
and bards, you know, and
Oh.
we're finally living the, you know,
Oh,
we're
interesting.
finally traveling, you know, that kind of thing. Although there's new responsibility that Oren's like coming to grips with. You know, like I think William is most excited just that we're at a crossroads of indecision right now. And like we don't even know where we're going to be. I think when we sit down next time to film, I don't think we even
Oh, I know where we're gonna be. We're gonna go get our fucking sweet coats.
Oh, that's right. We went shopping and we actually have to go get our stuff.
That's
Guys,
the only...
there's for those of you watching this, there is a shopping episode coming up.
I didn't know about it. I'm most looking forward to a shopping episode where I get advance notice that it's a shopping
What?
episode.
No.
When I said, "Hey, we're gonna go find," Max was leading that before you guys even got to Jastian.
Me who
got
hates
Zara.
coat. Well, it's all because of your Sailor Moon clutching the pearls, and then now like I had a short skirt, so now I
we
wanted
need
a long coat.
jacket.
Yeah, exactly.
Long jacket.
So we just need
Totally.
to make a music reference so that Max gets excited about a shopping episode.
I mean, they probably wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, no, it's
That
great.
was basically
It was
like Regina
solid.
George, who was just like, "Get in, loser, we're going shopping," and Will's like, "Huh, what?"
I was like, wait, this is my
So we-
favorite thing. Why am I in the trunk?
When we were asking questions to the shopkeep about all the things that were available for purchase, and you guys got a bunch of new money, how did we not know when you were standing in the shop with a bunch of gold?
I'm
How
ready
did
to
you
shop
not
now,
realize-
Ben. I'm ready to shop now. I have
Oh,
my
okay.
list now.
No.
We'll have another
See-
shopping episode.
Just one dagger.
Yeah, and like four.
One
Yeah,
net.
exactly. One dagger. Yeah, one net.
I actually have a really cool thing that I want to.
Is it two daggers? All right, Ravi. What are you, Tony?
is-
Ravi, what
yeah.
are you? Excited for
What is he
in the
What
futures?
is Ravi excited for? I think Ravi's taking a dive down the deep end a little bit because there's just
Mike-
been so much stuff that's like not true anymore, and he's just like,
Microdosing that blue
"Fuck
dragon
hap-
breath
the
potion.
fuck happens anymore? Nothing matters. Let's just go have fun."
Oh.
He's kind of
Oh.
he's kind of in that realm.
Starting.
He'll bounce out of it. He still cares, but he's at
He's
that he's at that edge of just like, there's 20 gods in the world. Who cares? Like, we'll figure it out as we get there.
You have been jerked around and toyed with quite a bit.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. When I start thinking about it, I'm just like, Ravi doesn't know anything anymore. He doesn't think anything's true anymore.
I mean, it's
Uh,
kind
What's
of
funny is that it was
so-
not my intention when we started this campaign. Was
But
not.
it works. Yeah, but it works well with this character and where I want him to go. So that's what's good.
well. How
Yeah.
then? How did it come to be without giving things away? If that was not your intention, because it seems like a pretty big through line.
It was in the back of my mind is like because I had more on before I knew who like Ravi was. I had figured out a little bit about like who is his dad, like and what kind of, you know, he's a pretty big deal
That
in
question
the
remains to
empire.
be answered.
Yeah, and so I just like thinking about it, and then I was like, and then we had like the Blood of Otmar line was sort of in my mind as well. I was like, okay, that's important because that's going to come into play, and that has evolved a little bit too as to like what exactly it is and what it means and the prophecy and like what his dad is actually involved in and who is his real dad, which was a fun. I think we've resolved it enough at this point that people know.
Well,
But
based on see,
Who
like
his real dad is?
I think so. In this next episode, right in the drinking game, like Jastian asks
True.
a question that's like
Oh,
that
yeah.
kind of throws all of that, and maybe that's the red herring, but it definitely has me wondering about the misdirection.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I
it was
I think Tony's excited for where
classic
Ravi will go.
misdirect.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I like it. I don't know how he's gonna get out of it, and that's to Ben's storytelling and our storytelling in general of how he climbs his way out of this hole, this mental hole that he's in. But Tony's excited to like see where it all goes, because I think it will get to the place where I was sort of in one way, shape, or form hoping for this character, but we'll see how it plays out.
That's good. It sounds like there will be some Alice in Chains possibility for a title as Ravi is in his dark places.
Oh yeah, very true.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
Not-
Mostly Charlie Ray Jepsen lyrics, but
No, he was happy-go-lucky back then. Not anymore.
Yeah.
He's happy-go-lucky, but in a depressed way.
Yeah. I do like kind of how
In a
the characters
cynical
have
way.
changed. I would say we're in the back half of this campaign, but like it's I like that the characters have changed, and I'm excited to see where they end up.
T-Dog
I
said
hope
that the
so.
Sailor Moon stuff scared him.
I'm also
It was
very
so good.
I appreciate the
I think it
honesty,
scared all of us.
T-Dog.
I'm also looking forward to Orin confronting his backstory.
Yeah.
That's
We've
another
been
thing
putting
I'm
that one
looking
off
forward
for a
to.
while.
Yeah,
Delay.
but we're only 4 levels in, man. How can we be on the back end of the journey?
Because I can't level you up the way I want to. We do need to level you up to 5, but I'm gonna have to make up class features, which I was thinking about the other day. I was like, how am I gonna do this? Because it eventually will be.
So wait, what's
canon,
5? What does 5 give us?
5 is class features.
So what if it's
You
just
get
another
a class
talent?
feature.
I know it's supposed.
No, because that's level 6.
I know, but I know it's supposed to be like you're supposed to get more inside of your class than you would. But what if it's just a talent?
Don't
I
do
don't
it.
know.
Travis
I
actually says
find that
hello.
lame. Hey, Travis.
Travis,
I don't want to
David.
just be giving you guys a bunch of talents and then and I don't know. Because then
That's
you
fair.
get to level 6 and you get another subclass thing.
What
And a
about
talent,
second level
I think.
spells? I'm just kidding.
Dude,
Wait,
I wish.
I'm just kidding, man. I know. I was just
know.
baiting you.
I did watch
Ben,
the
what
DC20. He was talking about spells the other day.
He did do a live stream on spells and stuff, and so it's coming. It's just
Of course.
it's coming slower than I thought, but it's I
Well-
mean it's going to be a good system when it comes out. We're just sort of like in between. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. My goal was to be like halfway done, and you'd be at level 5, and then we'd be finished at level 10,
Yeah.
and not get to the level 10 to 20 stuff, which is sort of like advanced. In my mind, that's more like the advanced or high level
Epic levels.
campaigns book, epic levels. Yeah, and I think that's sort of what.
I guess
It
to me
is,
it just
and-
feels like we're a third of the way through our story. That's where it feels like to me. It does not feel like we're halfway or more.
Sure. I mean, there's still a lot to do. I just
Yeah.
at some
Orin's story
point we
almost
gotta
ended last
wrap it up.
episode.
We can't just let it go forever. But
No,
So-
that's all very true. All right, so then what are you most excited for just being done, getting out from under the thumb of the screens, Ben? Is that what you're
no, I'm excited about I'm excited about developing this world with you guys a little bit more, and like I have some things in mind, but like the history is being written as we speak, and that's going to affect the world, and that's going to affect some of the things that are happening in the world, and you guys are writing that history right now, and it's that's fun for me.
Mhm,
Like that
mhm.
like I've got all the setting and I've got all this stuff, and I know some things about some places I don't know enough about, like because I'm like sexy goblin ? And that's all I wrote about that town.
Is
And
Another
Well,
one?
Nesh tells are wrong. That's what happened.
Yeah, okay.
There's
Okay.
always a sexy. There's
Always
a
sexy goblin.
hey man.
But yeah, I'm excited to I'm excited about the stories that you guys bring and the ideas that I get from the things that you guys do that directly influence the story and where we go, and we're sort of at a place like by the time we catch up on the release where we are in the game, I'm excited to see, like, because right now we're at a place where we could go 10 different places
Yeah.
True.
and see how it all goes. So I'm excited
For
to
sure.
see where it goes, what we focus on, what happens in the meantime, and then sort of how it all comes together when we are in the end game of this campaign, which we are not quite, not yet, I would say.
I
Not for a
believe
while.
it.
Max, how about
Uh, Yeah, definitely excited to get our coats and our cool stuff. I try to keep it because, like, again,
Immediate excitement.
well, and also like it's always safer to not get too far ahead of yourself. Like, it is a dynamic world, and Lord knows where we'll end up. The whole Beavertown lesson, right? Like, let's go get Gumbo, but now we're hanging out with Gus.
In the Netherdark.
And then I will also say the whole, like, the Vortor storyline, like, with what that is
I'm
in
curious
the world.
about that too.
Yeah, it just, like, I'm very intrigued how that's gonna, like, come together and wrap up. So yeah,
It is.
those are my
It is
answers.
kind of the ultimate mystery. I think that's sort of like the crux of a lot of things that about what has happened in the last 2,000 years will start to fall into place as we start to unpack that end of things.
Yeah, I could see it. Like, that and Tony's lineage are probably like the two biggest open loops, I would say.
Yeah,
I don't know.
In Robbie's
Correct.
mind, like, we've been told so many different things in the midst of all of that stuff.
Oh,
It's just like,
yeah.
who cares? Something's
Can I-
true, but nothing I've been told is true.
Nothing is
fuck
true. Everything.
I
Yep.
do think it's gonna be awesome when we find out that Oren's been lying to us the whole time. But that's a whole other.
I think it will.
No,
I
it's been too
curious if
much.
it even matters anymore to Julius.
Oh,
and
it-
Same,
Robbie.
same.
I don't know.
yeah.
It depends on how intense it is. I would, or how deep.
Oh, no, I think that's what's gonna be even more hilarious. Is that, like, it's not gonna be a
It's
thing
not
at
gonna
all.
be
It's
a
gonna
big
be
deal.
like the smallest thing, but then it'll just be a great running joke.
Or
Like,
it's-
well, we just
Oren's gonna, like, it's gonna come up and, like, Robbie's gonna be drunk and it's gonna be like talking to Robbie when he's drunk and it's like, it's fine, man, and he's not even gonna remember.
for sure just be like, I stole a gummy bear.
Yeah, exactly.
like, like, oh wow.
Well, we know he stole a sword.
True.
I don't know
Sure,
that
it's
if you
still a
are
sword.
working at that store, I don't
Well, you don't know
it's
that.
stealing.
We do.
Did they say he stole the sword?
I
Did he
mean,
tell
it
you
came
guys
up
that?
Jastian in the
Spoilers
drinking game.
In the
spoilers
next
in the
Oh, it
next
did
episode.
come in the. It did spoilers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's very
Wild.
small. It's a very small
Yeah.
spoiler.
One
I'm
does wonder
excited
about.
to
It
film
was said in the
next
first.
episode.
It was said in the first episode. For
Yeah,
Will's
guys,
backstory
I,
only.
I gotta go. I
Yeah,
gotta get.
that's cool,
outta
man.
Here.
We'll get
I
out of
love
here.
you all.
The gnomes. The gnomes. are
gnome-
The
yes,
dead.
gnomes. The gnomes. All right.
Stop that.
Have a great night, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Wow.
Oh, we've been cut off. We've been cut off, and now
I
the whole
know.
screen's all messed up. I'm sure.
It will be, but I'm gonna try to fix it.
That's all right.
Tony's
Well, I mean,
gonna
we're
try to fix
drawing-
it.
Well,
T
I mean,
Dog,
tell
thanks
you,
for
man,
joining live. Travis Actual, thanks for joining
Yeah,
live.
that was great, and it was fun to get together with you. Let's just call it, man. Like, Ben's out of here. Like, we did our hour.
It was a whole hour. All right. Yeah.
A whole
Sorry.
hour.
It's all screwed up, but we're all out of here, guys.
See ya.
It's been real. Thank you
Thanks
for
for
stopping
joining us.
by. It's fun.
Do-do-doom-doom, do-do-doom-doom. Do we get music?